Given an integer array nums, return true if any value appears more than once in the array. Otherwise, return false. There's multiple ways to solve this problem. I would say the brute force solution would be to go through the array, through every single index, and compare it to every other index. So if we go start here, for example, on 1, we would check it against 2, against 3, against 3, and there's obviously no duplicate there, so we move on to the next index. 2, compare it to 3, compare it to 3, no duplicates, move our pointer here, 3, 3. Here we have a duplicate, so here we would be returning true. This isn't very optimal. This is obviously the brute force solution, so this would be something around O of n squared. Another way to solve it would be sorting the array. So for example, right here we have a sorted array. All we would have to do is check this against the pointer next to it. So we have our left pointer, we have our right pointer. 1, 2, not equal to each other. 2, 3, not equal to each other. 3, 4, not equal to each other. And then we reach the end of the array, so we can just return false. The most optimal solution in terms of runtime complexity is where we use a hash set. So we're going to be iterating through the array one at a time, and we're going to be adding the value to the hash set. And if the value is already present within the hash set, then we can go ahead and return true. We know there's a duplicate and get out of there. And if we make it to the end of the array without any duplicates being in the hash set, then we can go ahead and return false at the end of the iterations. So in Python, we can just create a set like this. Scene equals to set. This is going to be the values that we've already seen. Like I said, we're going to iterate for num in nums. We're going to be iterating every number in the array. Every number of the array, we want to add the number to the scene. But before we do that, we want to check if the number is already in the hash set, because that's our way of knowing if there is a duplicate, if the number has already been added. We can do this by writing if num in scene. And if we do that, we're going to want to return true since we already know there's a duplicate. If both of these go through, it's going to go to the next iteration. If all these iterations go through and nothing pops as true, there's no duplicates, then we can go ahead and return false.